What's going on, everyone? Chris Beans here with Bowler's Rant, bringing you some juicy updates from the 2021 Discontinued Ball List featuring Storm and 900 Global. That's right, 7 new additions. Let's jump into this now. That is a big list. We have the High Road Max, the Insight, the HB Revival, the HB Intensity, the Storm IQ Tour Nano Pearl, the Axiom Solid, and the Axiom Pearl. Woo, that is a big list. And we're going to go to the interwebs and go through each one of these just to remind everybody what these balls are all about. Okay, first up, the Honey Badger Intensity. Okay, this is an asymmetric solid. Had the S70 cover with the Grapnel 2.0 core. So again, S70 solid, came at 4,000 grit. The number is 254048012, right? So was the Grapnel 2.0 core. There's a picture of the core. And just a quick shot of the ball motion. Here it is. Kind of floats through the front and it gets there. Added to the discontinued list. All right, next up, let's go all the way back. We've got the Honey Badger Revival. Now, I got a chance to throw this before, and this ball was ridiculously versatile. I always felt like it was an asymmetric phase 3, but, someone might check me on that. Maybe they had a different experience. Real quick, this one was the S70 hybrid cover. Again, Grapnel 2.0 core. So, again, hybrid, 1500 grit polish. Same numbers. It had the 254048012. Whenever I see this 012, 013 asymmetric differential, I always think versatility. And of course, if we scroll down, there is a quick shot of the ball motion. There it is. Boom. Really nice, very versatile. Added to the discontinued list. Next up, the Insight. And I know several people really like this ball because it's a sanded pearl. This one was really interesting. It has one of my favorite covers, the very lesser known R4S cover. Usually everybody thinks of R2S and R3S, but there is an R4S, and this was a hybrid, not a pearl, excuse me. Sanded at 3,000 grit. Factory finish. Had the tensor core. The numbers 250053. Again, this 013. This was a very versatile ball. Super versatile on the house condition. And if we just come down here, let's just look at this cranker motion real quick. Sending it from the right or the left, coming back to the right. Boom. Let's look at the tweener. Boom. And how about the stroker? And boom. Very versatile motion. This ball added to the discontinued list. Next up, the High Road Max. This is just another High Road inverted FE2 weight block. Had the NEX solid cover, the same one that was on the Axiom that we're going to talk about later. And again, here are the numbers: 3,000 grit, NEX solid cover, symmetrical, and like all High Roads, 257046 at the numbers 15 pounds. And here is a picture of the core. In all High Roads, this is the same core. And if we scroll down, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the cranker. Got to get it out there. It's got some teeth on it. Here is the tweener. Boom. And the stroker. Playing more down and in. Boom. Pretty versatile ball. Great for the house condition. Hard to go wrong with something at 3,000 grit on a house shot as the first ball out of your bag. Added to the discontinued list. Next up, the IQ2 Nano Pearl. This one's going to make a lot of people really, really upset because a lot of people like this ball. Really hard to go wrong. This is NRG Pearl, 3,000 grit. A lot of sanded stuff on this list. And this has got the, centripetal core. So 249029 differential like we see in most IQs series. And it's really hard to go wrong with this ball. I mean, this is something that really looks good on a variety of conditions. Everyone thought this ball was a solid when it first came out, but it is a sanded pearl, and it's got a very, very nice motion. Unfortunately, going out and now added on the discontinued list. Next up, the Axiom Pearl. I really liked this ball, and I'm really sad to see this ball go because this is something that doesn't overreact, and I thought a lot of high revers really had a really, really good look with this ball, and the strokers and tweeners could use this later in the blocks and didn't have to ball down to something like, Tropical Surge because this ball was super, super clean. Okay, so what was on this? NEX Pearl Reactive, 1500 grit polished. The number is 248050 differential. Okay, so had this orbital core, it's kind of like the High Road, but kind of a core within a core, but different core. And if we come down, here's just a couple looks of what this looks like, right? I think this is Chad McLean throwing it, And, he's got a lot of hand, but this ball, again, even with the high rever, doesn't overreact, sees the friction, gets back to the pocket. And unfortunately, going out of town, it has been added to the discontinued list. Last but not least, the Axiom Solid. A lot of people really like this ball because you could use this one and this one as a 1-2 combo on your standard league condition. This was the first of the two, came with the Nano Extreme cover, blueberry muffin fragrance. Here's the specs, right? NEX Solid, 3000 grit, the 248050 differential, and with, again, the same orbital core. Now we come back down and look at this ball motion. It's going to be a lot smoother. Why? Because it's a solid, and that's how it works. And, it's looking pretty good here. I think Steve Klemkin is the one throwing it right now. He's a tweener, so this is more relatable for a lot of people in their ball motion. And unfortunately, going out to town because it has been added to the discontinued list. So circling back, here we have it one more time just to summarize: High Road Max, Insight, HB Revival, HB Intensity, IQ Tour Nano, Pearl, the Axiom Solid, and the Axiom Pearl. Now you're going to want to remember that these balls, because they're Storm 900 Global, and then if there were any Roto Grip, you're going to want to get your hands on these while you can, if any of these are to your fancy, because once they're gone, and the only way to get them will be on eBay. And of course, once they hit the aftermarket and it's discontinued, those prices will go up quite a bit. So there you have it. Get to your local pro shop, or if you want to have some links and you want to order these online for your convenience, I've added a link in the description where you can find these on bowlersmart.com. Whew, a lot of great information there. So what do you think of this discontinued list? Did any of these balls hit your fancy? And if you were to stash one, which ones would you stash? Drop me a comment, let me know. Let's continue the conversation. More updates are coming, and until then, bowl well.